Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Mediocre Whiskey Review. I'm Jill, your host. We're comparing a couple whiskeys today. Stick around. All right. So, what I have in store today, I'm sure has been done 8 million times. And I don't care. So, it's what I decided to do today. We're going to compare an Elijah Craig and a Larceny barrel proofs. I have the B524. I wanted to do the C923, but I don't have the Elijah Craig C923. So, can't do that. Hold on. Because we're doing barrel proofs and I haven't had anything else to drink today, I did pour me just a tiniest little bit of Still Austin cask strength just to kind of warm the old palate up here. Now I need some water. I've been trying to think of some comparisons I wanted to do, and I'm so frustrated myself because my plan was to do a comparison of some Jack Daniel's single barrel proof ryes. And I apparently only own one. So I can't compare that to nothing. So that's fine. I swear I had another bottle, but I don't know. Apparently not. I don't. I looked through everything. So anyway, this is what we're doing. We have Elijah Craig B524 and Larceny B524. The Elijah Craig, as a refresher, I'm sure you all know, 130.6 proof, aged 11 years, 2 months. And the Larceny B524 is 125.4 proof. And what it says on the bottle is that it is a mingling of 6 to 8 year old whiskeys, bourbons. So that's what we got. And I know that the Larceny is a wheated bourbon, which quite honestly is right up my alley. I really love wheated whiskey, and I do have this C924 also, and like I've kind of gone back and forth drinking out of them, and like they're just so good. But at any rate, this isn't a blind. Like I know what's in each glass, so we're not doing that nonsense. We're just gonna taste them and see what we think. So go like, subscribe, comment, share, do things and stuff. And we're going to jump in and take some sippies, okay? This one is the Larceny barrel proof. So let's see what we got. So I'm getting it. There's a little bit of fruit, vanilla, caramel. I can get a little bit of that wheat note in there. But overall, just a beautiful nose. Elijah Craig, let's see what you got. Now, if we're being 100% honest, the Elijah Craig comes off much sweeter on the nose, to me. There's the vanilla and the caramel, and I got a little bit of like a flat cola. A dark cherry. So I'm going to give it to this. The Elijah Craig, the nose is so much like deeper, far more complex nose. I'm getting a lot of different notes out of it than I did the Larceny. The Larceny, I get the wheat, the caramel, the vanilla, a little bit of fruit, but nothing like specific. And I assume that's to do with the age, maybe. So anyway, we're going to try the Larceny first, and then we'll go to the Elijah Craig. Cheers. Right off the bat, first sip, I have like one hair that just keeps, it's just tickling my face. Anyway, right off the bat, it was a little spicy, and I know it's just the heat because I haven't had anything else to drink today. But once that calms down, I can get the sweetness, the vanilla, the caramel. And it gives me that warm hug that I've talked about before. Like it just goes down and it's like I'm being wrapped up in a beautiful blanket, and it's It's just phenomenal. So let's go Elijah Craig, see what we got. Cheers. We're getting the really dark fruit, the cherry, I think is what I'm going to say it is. It felt, this is why, anyway, it felt lower proof than the Larceny did off the first sip. Second sip, I'll go backwards. I'll do Elijah Craig first, then the other one. But I'm a big fan of the Elijah Craig, and I'm sure that the difference that I'm getting out of these is the age. The Elijah Craig is five proof points higher than 5.2 proof points higher than the Larceny. But it was so much more smooth than the Larceny was. I hate that word. To me, it feels like it means watery and like blah, but it doesn't mean that to me. It means that it felt less harsh compared to the Larceny. So we're going to cleanse my palate, and then we're going to start with the Elijah Craig. Sit tight. Okay, let's jump back in. We'll do the Elijah Craig first this time. Really, it coats your mouth. Now I don't get near as much of that warm hug as I did from the Larceny. We'll see if I do this next time. But it goes down so easy. Even at 130 proof, you couldn't, I don't think you could convince me that was 130 proof. If it were blind, but the finish lingers quite a bit. And if I'm correct, I feel like a lot of people said that was the worst batch of 24. I don't know if that's accurate. I did no investigation, but I had seen a few reviews of it over the winter, and I felt like this was the least liked Elijah Craig release of 24. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I think it's phenomenal. So I don't really care if it was the worst. We'll go with Larceny. It still came in with a little bit of that spice right up front. And it's not a harsh thing. It's just, it tingles my tongue, and it, tingles the back of my tongue. I didn't get that from the Elijah Craig. And for whatever reason, I've never drank these two side by side. I love them both. And I think probably because I know this is wheat, this one is not a wheater. I don't know which one I like best today. Because while the Elijah Craig doesn't drink the proof, it hits all the right spots. The Larceny has that little bit of spice, that little bit of burn in the front, but then it just turns into this like warm, gooey, vanilla. I don't have the words to describe it. But it is creamy. It's delicious. It's just yummy. So let's take one more sip of each, and then I'll get out of your face. And that was the Elijah Craig. And that time it did come in with a little of the burn, the spice. But then it just immediately turns to this delicious, like, kind of a soft, just like a very soft, warm, fuzzy feeling. Let's go Larceny one more. Y'all, I know which one I like the best. I know which one has hit me right today, and that's the Larceny today. When I've been sipping on these this winter, there is just something about that Larceny that is, I think, and I don't really have a favorite whiskey. I have a lot of whiskeys. I have a lot of bourbons. And somebody asked me at work one day, well, what's the favorite bottle that you have? And I cannot answer that question. I drink something different every single day when I come home. I have about a half an ounce when I get home every evening from work, half an ounce to an ounce. But I never drink. I never have more than one drink a night, and that's just. I have to get up for work the next morning, and I don't do hangovers. It takes me 3 damn days to recover anymore. So we don't do that anymore. But also for health reasons, I would like my liver, wherever that might be in my body, I would like it to continue to live with me for the remainder of my days. So, we're not trying to punish our liver and make it weak. I would love it to survive. So I can't answer what is my favorite. Every day when I get home from work, I walk in here and I look at the shelf and I pick something that I haven't drank for a while. And here lately, I will tell you, my go-to a lot of times when I get home is the IW Harper 15. And it's not because I think it's a phenomenal whiskey. I do think it's very good. But I really want to empty the bottle out and use it as a decanter. I would like to do my own infinity bottle. And if you've had any experience with those, if you've done one, by all means, I would love suggestions. But I've looked at decanters to buy, and most of them, A, I don't like the way they look, and B, the top doesn't fit good. Like, you don't get a good seal on the decanter, and that's not what I want for an infinity bottle. I'd like it to fit snugly, just like this lid does. See? That's what I want for a decanter. So I want to empty this out so that I can mix my own whiskey. So that's been my go-to lately, but solely for that purpose. But I will take suggestions on that. Anyway, I'm going to shut the hell up today. And thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining. And I hope you guys go out and do something nice for somebody and be nice to each other. And I'll see y'all next time. Cheers.